Welcome to Iron Strengthens Iron. I am Michael E. Hattaway. This is where ancient wisdom meets practical psychology and where men come to do the work, not just talk about it. Let me start with the thing no man wants to admit out loud. Somewhere in the back of your chest, quiet and constant, there is a wish for an easier road. You do not say it. You are too proud to say it. But it is there. It's on the low hum that says, if only this one thing were gone, if only this person, this diagnosis, this bill, this marriage that has gone cold, this body that no longer cooperates, if only that obstacle would lift, then you could finally get to the life you were supposed to live. I know that wish. I have prayed that wish. And I am going to tell you today, brother to brother across this table, that the wish is the trap. The obstacle you are staring at is not the interruption to your training. The obstacle is the training. Marcus Aurelius wrote it down almost 2,000 years ago in a tent on a battlefield, running a fever, bearing children, holding an empire together that was actively falling apart. He wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Sit with that. The thing blocking you is the path, not a detour around the path itself. Now, here is where most men go wrong, and I have gone wrong here too. So I am not preaching down at you. When the obstacle shows up, the first word out of the heart is why? Why me? Why now? Why again? And I want to be gentle here because sometimes why is grief, and grief is holy, and you are allowed to grieve. But if you camp in why me, you have turned yourself into a spectator of your own life. Why me is a question that has no floor. You can fall through it forever and never land on anything you can act on. So we change the question. Not why me. What now? What now is a question with a bottom to it. It puts a shovel in your hand. Why me looks backward at a verdict that cannot be appealed. What now looks at the ground right in front of your boots and asks, what is the next honest rep? And listen, this is information. It's information, not a verdict. The obstacle is not the universe telling you who you are. It is data telling you where the work is. Let me give you a picture because I do not want this to float up in the abstract where nothing changes. Think about the man who loses the job. 53 years old, gave that company 2 decades, and on a Tuesday it is gone. Now the easier road, the road he wishes for, is the road where that never happened, where he keeps coasting on the thing he had already outgrown. But watch what the obstacle does if he lets it. The obstacle forces him to open the drawer he has been avoiding for 10 years. The one with the idea in it. The obstacle makes him call the men he was too busy to call. The obstacle strips away the comfortable identity that was quietly killing him and hands him back his own hunger. 2 years later, he does not say, I wish that had not happened. He says, that was the day my real life started. The layoff did not interrupt the man. The layoff built the man. What stood in the way became the way. And that is the reframe I need you to physically feel, not just nod at. The obstacle is not a thing happening to you. It is the assignment. When you were young and you wanted to get strong, you did not curse the weight for being heavy. The heavy was the whole point. You do not build a chest by lifting air. Resistance is not the enemy of growth. Resistance is the mechanism of growth. There is no version of a strong man that was not first a man who pushed against something that pushed back. So use it. Take the resistance and put it under you like a bar. The anger you feel at the unfair thing, do not swallow it and do not spray it on the people you love. Convert it. Let it drive you into the gym, into the work, into the hard conversation you have been ducking. I have watched men waste a decade of good fuel just holding a grudge against their own circumstances. That is high-octane energy set on fire in the driveway, burning nobody but themselves. You do not have that fuel to waste. Nobody does. The Stoics did not tell you to feel nothing. They told you to feel it clean and then aim it. Amor, Fati, love your fate, not tolerate it, not survive it, love it. Not because the thing that happened was good, but because you are going to make something good out of it with your own 2 hands, and there is no other raw material available to you. This is the only life you get. This is the only Tuesday you get. The obstacle in it is not a mistake in the shipment. It is the shipment. Now, I have to be honest with you about the part nobody puts on the poster, because this is where the motivational stuff quits on you, and I will not quit on you. The reframe feels powerful for about a day. You watch a video like this and your chest gets warm, and you decide, yes, the obstacle is the way I'm going to attack it. And then Thursday comes. And Thursday does not care about your warm chest. Thursday is just tired. The obstacle is still there, bigger somehow, and the feeling is gone. This is exactly why I say what I say. Motivation is a feeling. Formation is a practice. Motivation showed up Monday and skipped town by Thursday, the way feelings do. Formation is what you do on Thursday when nothing inside you wants to. In the A.L.I.V.E code we live by, the pillar for this is endurance, not intensity, endurance. The long obedience in the same direction. The reps you keep running after the feeling is gone. Any man can attack an obstacle on the day he feels strong. The man who is being made is the one who shows up on day 40, unwatched, unapplauded, unmotivated, and runs the rep anyway. The core taught me that before I had words for it. You do not rise to the occasion. You sink to the level of your training. And your training is just the boring reps nobody saw. So who is the obstacle quietly making? Because it is making someone. That is the thing you cannot see from inside the struggle. While you are gritting your teeth just trying to get through the week, something is being forged in you that could not have been forged any other way. Patience does not grow in easy soil. It has never once grown there. Courage is not issued to men who were never afraid. Every quality you actually admire in an older man, the steadiness, the calm, the way nothing seems to shake him, every bit of that was hammered out on an anvil of obstacles he did not ask for and did not want. The wall you are cursing is the chisel, and the statue it is carving is you. Faith has a word for this too. If you carry faith, and you are welcome here whether you do or not, that the same fire meant to consume a man can refine him instead. Same heat, different outcome. The only variable is whether he stands in it or runs from it. And I have noticed something about the men I respect most, the ones who have been through real fire. They do not talk about their obstacles the way a victim talks. They talk about them the way a craftsman talks about the hardest piece he ever built. There is a strange gratitude in it, not because the fire was kind, because they know exactly who they would be without it, and they do not want to meet that man. I am asking you to stand in it. So here's the practice, and I keep it dead simple on purpose because a practice you will actually do beats a brilliant one you admire and abandon. Every morning, before the day gets its hands on you, you name today's obstacle out loud. Say it plain: the money, the knee, the distance between you and your son, whatever it is, one sentence, spoken, not thought. And then you ask it one question out loud. How is this the way? That is it. Name it and ask, how is this the way? You are not solving your whole life before coffee. You are turning your face toward the wall instead of away from it. Some mornings the answer will land. Some mornings it will not. And you run the rep anyway because that is endurance. Do it for 7 days. Before you go, if something in you leaned forward while I was talking, if you are tired of wishing for the easier road and you are ready to be made instead, there is a door. It is a free Brotherhood readiness assessment, and you will find it at door.ironstrengthens.in. It is a few honest questions and an honest read on where you actually stand. No pitch, just a mirror and a hand. Your action step starting tomorrow morning. Name today's obstacle out loud and ask it, how is this the way? 7 mornings. And when the day is done, return without a story. Do not narrate the drama. Just tell me you ran the rep. And your reflection question, the one to carry with you, if this obstacle is not happening to me but building me, what kind of man is it trying to make? And am I willing to become him? Until next time, stand firm, think clearly, and stay engaged. As iron strengthens iron, one man strengthens another.